Landmines and jellyfish, welcome back to Knives, I guess, and your shoes are on inside out. So I'm going to start an open tag, and it's going to be a 5 for Friday. And what this is going to be is 5 of your favorite practical EDC carries. These are the ones that carry the best, the ones that are the most convenient to use, and the ones you gravitate towards when you leave the house. That you just know it's going to be a good day with that carry. And this will be interesting because a lot of the guys in this little pocket of the YouTube community are all into slip joints or into the case knives or into all the stuff that I don't carry because that's just not me. But I'm going to kick things off with something that might be surprising, and that is the Cold Steel AD10. Now, this thing's an absolute tank, and I'm pretty sure I could kill a boat with it if I so desired. And I mean, it is an absolute monster. It is a chonk, and the blade is S35VN. And I've seen these things get hammered through bricks and take minor edge damage at worst. Like, that is amazing. This thing is tough. It's got the triad lock on it, which I think takes about 660 pounds of force to break loose. I'm never going to be in a position where that happens to this. Like, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, this thing is not going to go down on me, especially not if I really, really need it to stay in one piece. I love this thing, and it's crazy. Like, the one thing I notice when I carry it is the weight. She's got some gravity to her. It is a very beefy knife, but Cold Steel's nailed the ergos on this and nailed everything so that it is a very comfortable carry. It doesn't rub. It doesn't do anything that I don't like. Very, very comfortable. This is what I had on me at Blade Show Atlanta 2023. Walked around with it all day, no problem. When I'm at work, I'm walking about 5 to 7 miles a day. And that means anything that could rub does rub. This has zero rubbing issues, no hot spots, no nothing. So I absolutely love this thing. And of course, you guys have seen, I love knives that are kind of ridiculous. I love my Cold Steel. I love a good pocket sword. And while this is not quite a pocket sword, it is an absolute unit. And like I said, it carries fantastically. And I like grabbing this on my way out the door quite a bit. The next one is going to be the SOG Flash At. And this, they got a good SOG pocket clip on here instead of the piece of garbage that's on the Terminus XR. And this looks like it might fit the Terminus, so I'm going to take a look at maybe ordering one of these and seeing if that fixes the problem, and then I'll be happy with it. But this is a fairly large blade. You can see like the handle is pretty long. This is an assisted opener, so you get that good feeling of an automatic knife when you flip it open, that nice kick. You got an axis lock on here, and you can close it one-handed even with the assisted open on something this big. And it's another one where it's flat, it's comfortable, it carries well, nothing rubs into and out of the waistband really easily. This thing is just a nice knife overall, and I have carried this quite a bit, and the environment I'm in is not too abusive, so it's not really showing any battle scars yet. But I do carry it, and I do love this thing, and it's Cryo D2 steel. So good enough steel for me, and it's still sharpenable, and no complaints about it. This is up there with the favorite comfortable, convenient EDC knives. So the next one we're going to take a look at, and I'm pretty sure you guys already know this box, the Boker Kalashnikov automatic knife. And of course, it's an automatic knife. Ease of deployment is right there. It is in the sweet spot for convenient, and it is very easy to deploy. Now, this is an AUS 8 steel blade, and those are really, really, really tough. Like, this knife is a very tough knife. One of the guys at Blade AQ lost it under sod, and it sat there for 2 years. And when he found it, it still worked, and he still has it to this day. I have 2 other ones that aren't the Desert Warrior edition. I carry those. I don't really carry this one because this took over a year to get. When these things drop, they drop and they sell out in about an hour, and then you're not going to see them again for, I think, like 6 months or something like that. So it took me going through about 3 drops before I finally caught it on time and got mine. And I love whipping this thing out, though, when I do carry it because people kind of freak out. I had one guy while I was in a group of people, he's like, "Is that the I swear I'm not gay version?" And I looked at him, I'm like, "Is everything okay at home, man? Is your wife hitting you?" And I just enjoyed that interaction so much because it shut him down immediately. Totally off topic, but that was a great one for me. You know it when you get a good joke, it sticks with you for a long time. But, and if you're looking for an automatic knife, this is the best bang for your buck out there. These things are like 45 to 55 bucks, I believe. And they are fantastic automatic knives, and they are great EDC knives. I could carry just this for a year and be very happy with it. And that says a lot about it. you know, I would almost grab this before I grab this. This thing is just so good. The next one is going to be Civivi, and this is the Elementum. And the Elementum had tons and tons of hype when I started looking at them, and I saw this one and I had to get it. The shredded carbon fiber and the copper flake pops so nicely in this clear resin on the scales, and of course, Damascus blade. And I'm a pretty big dork for Damascus. I've even made my own in my garage, a couple of pieces. And, you know, I love Damascus. This thing was definitely at a more premium price than the rest of the Elementums. I think it was around $100, $120 when I got it. And the thing is with this, I am scared to death of carrying it. I do carry it because I don't want a safe queen, but I'm scared to death I'm going to drop this and, like, chip the resin, get a big scar on it, scratch it up, something like that. And I want this thing to stay as pristine as possible. I keep telling myself to order a poverty spec Elementum so that I have something I can carry and not feel bad about, but I keep seeing other stuff and getting that. Just, ooh, shiny! And I haven't gotten the Elementum to replace this, but when I do, it'll probably be the button lock, just because, again, more ease of deployment. However, I absolutely love this thing, and it boils down to it is a very comfortable and very usable EDC knife. And that's the biggest thing with this practicality for me, is how comfortable it is tucked in the waistband. And these guys are among the top tiers of those comfort carries. And this is no different. No rubbing, no hot spotting, no nothing. It does all the things. The last one we're going to take a look at, and this is going to be the generic fallback for a lot of people, but that's going to be the Benchmade Bugout. And this is my CF Elite. And this thing, I got it because the Benchmade Bugout was a grail knife for me for a little bit. You know, the $140, $150 at the time was really out of reach for me, so I saved up for it for a while and sprung on it and got it, and I don't regret it. This is probably the most comfortable carry that I have. It is very, very lightweight, very lightweight. The carbon fiber weighs next to nothing. It's a lightweight blade. However, S30V, super steel. Granted, entry-level super steel, but these things can take ungodly amounts of abuse and still be fine. It is far tougher than it looks, and it's a very easy carry. It's like the 8010 went on an extreme diet, and this is probably one of my first, oh my god, this is amazing carries that I had. And one thing that I do have is the Bugout with aluminum scales and M390 steel, which is absolutely nuts. And this thing was very expensive, and a friend of mine got this for me. He was retaliating because nobody knows when my birthday is. I keep that a secret. I don't want it celebrated. I don't want it mentioned. I want no part of it. So I'll get him stuff when I know it's his birthday, or I'll get him something small for Christmas that, you know, is reasonably priced for me because I am pretty broke most of the time. So he's just like, you know what? This is for all the birthdays and Christmases where you wouldn't let us do anything. Screw you. And absolutely love this thing. And this is another one where it's almost too nice to carry. I do carry it because I promised him I would. Not often, but I do, because just like the Elementum, I'm scared to death I'm going to drop it, scratch it, do something to it, and then it won't look all nice and pretty anymore. But, you know, this is one of my favorite knives I own. I'm very sentimental about it, and this is also one of the, you know, most expensive knives in the collection. You know, it's right up there with the Gerber Mark I Defender, or Guardian. It's up there with the Puma Prince. Probably the most expensive stuff I own. This is one of the nicest I own by, you know, a wide margin. But, you know, these are some of my favorite practical EDC carry knives, and they all meet the one most important metric. They are comfortable to carry and easy to deploy. And I absolutely love these things. I didn't bring out the Olatan's T025 or the Devo Growler V2 simply because y'all have seen them a whole bunch of times recently. And y'all know how I feel about them. That Olatan's is fantastic, especially for $25. I can't recommend picking one up highly enough. That Devo Growler V2 prototype is one of the best knives I've ever carried, hands down. It's up there with these Bugouts, you know, and I would carry, like, when I do want to carry those, I have to pick, and it takes a minute to pick between the Bugout or the Devo, and that says a lot about it. But this is the 5 for Friday. This is the practical EDC favorites of mine. Just some of them. I have more, but, you know, this was already a lot of knives to look at in one go, and it's taken me about 1 million takes to get it right. But if you've made it to the end of this, thank you so much. And again, we're marching towards 1,000 subscribers slowly, but we are making progress. Thank you so much to the guys that have subscribed recently. Words are hard. Thank you for the guys that are commenting. I love the dialogue. I love the conversation. And again, it makes it more enjoyable for me to do these, even though I already enjoy doing these. And I lost track of my train of thought, but thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a nice day.